Right. It is the playoff match, moments after the playoff match against Cloud9. I'm joined right now by Golden Guardians Licorice, who unfortunately is done with his season following the unfortunate defeat against Cloud9. Of course, this coverage brought to you by Alienware. So, Licorice, I know a tough match. Uh, I'm kind of curious how you're feeling right now because I'm sure it's not great, but I also know that there was a point in time during this year where things looked far more bleak than at least a playoffs opportunity. So I don't know if that's resonating with you right now or if it just feels shitty.
Yeah. I mean, obviously getting 3-0'd is never going to feel good. Like when you go into the best of 5 series, you always want to feel like you fought back at least a little bit, and I think we were able to have like find some good fights. It's not like we just like fell over, but when you look at that 3-0 score, it just sucks a little bit, but overall I think it's not too bad. I think like coming into the game, we knew that we were the underdogs and they were definitely favored to win. So we weren't expecting a win, but we just wanted to go out there and do our best. And like I was pretty happy with my performance. I think I could have played a bit better at some points. And I'm proud of my teammates for doing their best.
When you look at your 2021 year, what do you think of it? Because obviously the FlyQuest time was not particularly fun. It seemed like things, or it didn't seem very fun, and it seemed like things did get a little bit brighter for you when you joined Golden Guardians. But I don't know. Reflecting on the full year right now, the season, what do you think?
I mean, it's been a tough year, I would say for sure. Like I think I have like grown a lot this year, and this was like a really big year for me. But like it came from like having a pretty painful year,
Yeah,
pretty awful year, like not the most positive or happy. But like I mean, now that I'm through it, it's like it's like well, I got all that growth, So
yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't feel too bad. Like it was painful. It sucked, but I feel just like a lot more confident in myself in general. Like I think it's hard to like I don't know. I just think it was good for me to not be on a top team and to like have to figure all my shit out,
Yeah.
And like I don't like I think I was fine on a top team. I don't think I was like a bad player on Cloud9 or anything, but it's just like you just like win, There's like at the end of the day, you kind of just like win a lot. So
Yeah. Not a lot of
um
opportunities for great learning, I guess, in those situations. You're not as tested, I
yeah, I mean
assume.
it's just like a lot more pressure and a lot more like um I don't know. It feels more real somehow because I think like when you're on a top team, often you're dealing in like hypotheticals. Like in 2020 in spring in Cloud9, we were like beating everybody. So everything that we were trying to work on was like, oh well, maybe like if they did this differently, then we would have to work on this thing.
Right, you're
And
shadowboxing.
yeah, you're kind of like shadowboxing, and that just like feels really weird. And then I mean, when you're on a bottom team, you're just getting the shit beat out of you. So it's
Yeah.
very obvious what you need to work on.
Is there any part of you right now that feels any relief that it is over? Because, like, the nice thing for you, like, I've talked to competitors before where, like, even though it sucks in that moment where they're done, it's also like, but you're done. Like, now you get a chance to kind of relax and reset and prepare for whatever next year is going to bring to you. So I don't know if you're feeling that yet or if it hasn't hit you.
I think it's always a mix, right? Like, given the choice, I would always choose more games with my
Yeah.
teammates, but obviously I don't have that choice, so it's kind of like gonna make the best of it with what I have, and that is now a longer off season. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of like relax, rejuvenate, and come back next year even stronger.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Hmm. Um, yeah, just I don't know. Like, thanks so much for the fans that like supported me all year, and there's like many of them, and like they really had my back even when like I wasn't doing well and I was doubting myself. Like there were still always people cheering for me, and that really means a lot. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Licorice. Unfortunate loss today. Hopefully you'll be able to fill some of the extra time with some good reading, and we can talk about books again soon. So thank you so much, Licorice, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. Well, we now know 2 of the 3 teams that are going to Worlds, which is very exciting. And if you want to know what it feels like to go to Worlds, just unbox a new Alienware product from alienware.com/Travis and use the code in the description below to access that, because it's just this moment of victory, this moment of elation. It shows up, delivery person drops off at your front door, you bring it in, you set it up, and oh my god, you'll imagine what it's like to be standing on the world stage and actually making out a group. So it's what it's like to be a team that goes to Worlds from a different region. Actually, that's the fun thing. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the video, and be sure to subscribe, because then you have a chance to have your name roll against the bottom of the screen, which is pretty neat.